Speaker, Speaker, our Division Director, Police Colonel Renel R. Sabay, our Deputy Provincial Director for Administration, Police Lieutenant Colonel Santos D. Baldo, to our Deputy Provincial Director for Operations, Police Lieutenant Colonel Karen C. Palagonza, to the First Commander of the 1st CMFC, Police Lieutenant Colonel Lord Wilson J. Adorza, to all the provincial staff, other police commission officers, police non-commissioned officers, non-uniformed personnel, OJT students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to this celebration of loyalty to our country and our flag. Likewise, the celebration of the Women's Month. History shows Maria Josefa Gabriela's story is one that dismantles the idea that women are only victims of war. She rose to become the very first female leader of the Philippine Revolution. Over 300 armed revolts led by Filipinos rose against the Spanish regime, and Gabriela Silang led one of those armies after her husband, resistance leader Diego Silang, was assassinated. She earned the title Generala, which means woman general, and possessed the fighting spirit and determination of her husband, or Lady Greater. She led her troops for 4 months before being captured and executed in 1763. Her story reflects on what we, women of today, have become: empowered, fighter, and a leader. In our organization alone, we had this director, Major General Lina Sarmiento, the first female third-level official of the Philippine National Police. Many more ladies have followed in her footsteps, signaling a great transformation for all the women of today. In reverence, we acknowledge this International Women's Day 2022 through to our credo: gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. Thus, we are no longer just a woman behind the success of a man, but rather the woman who is a success in the forefront. Let us then treat each other as equals with utmost respect and love, believing in the saying that together we will prevail over the challenges and trials we shall face today and tomorrow. Again, welcome to Campus H. Dolor, the home of the Cagayana Cup and the home of the Cagayana Gabriela. Thank you, ma'am. For the second part of the program, we will now proceed to the awarding ceremony. We will request our guest of honor speaker for the presentation of awards to be assisted by our provincial director and Kumang. Pursuant to General Order Number PRO2-GO-AW-2022-1149 dated March 9, 2022, Medalya ng Kagalingan is awarded to Police Major Jefferson A. Janaban for the successful implementation of alias warrant of arrest on March 2, 2022 in Sitio Palawi, Barangay San Vicente, Santa Ana, Cagayan, with the result of the arrest of Edmundo Padero Culasin, Capua, most wanted person, provincial level. Pursuant to General Order Number PRO2-GO-AW-2022-46, dated January 26, 2022, Medalya ng Kagalingan is awarded to Police Major Ignacio D. Jude M. Delirong Jr. for the successful implementation of alias warrant of arrest on January 30, 2022 in Corop, Ababangan, Barangay Mayo, sa Bulacan, that resulted in the arrest of Louie Tayawang Ringan, top 2 most wanted person, municipal level. Pursuant to General Order Number PRO2-GO-AW-2022-830, dated February 23, 2022, Medalya ng Kagalingan is awarded to Police Captain Tristan John F. Gambale for the successful implementation of alias warrant of arrest on February 12, 2022 in Corop City of Lugray, Davao City, that resulted in the arrest of Roger K. Alexander Perez, Staff Foremost Contact Person, Municipal. This time, we shall now held the awarding of cash incentives to the different barangay as drafted. The following barangays were declared as drafted barangay by Regional Oversight Committee during the deliberation, declaration, and awarding of certificates on Barangay Drug Clearing Program covering the period of September to December 2021, presided by Pideo Regional Director Joel Blaga, Director 2. May request representatives from Suwok Police Station.
Ang nakatag na po daw dahil na lang po.
The local police station with 6 barangay branches.
Wala, nakatag na tayo eh. Walang notice?
The local police station with 6 barangay, Barangay Kabumbayan, Barangay Bigwood, Barangay Katayawan, Barangay Lalapugan, Barangay Magapit, and Barangay Santa Maria. The Rancheros Police Station with 6 barangay, Barangay Palok, Barangay Centro West, Barangay Tubu, Barangay Payagan East, Barangay Nararagan, and Barangay Sitama. Pamplona Police Station with 6 barangay, Barangay Bago, Barangay Centro, Barangay Nagatan, Barangay Santa Cruz, Barangay Taba, and Barangay Tapana. Aparin Police Station with 8 barangay, Barangay Bangag, Barangay Kaagaman, Barangay Bakli, Barangay Bulala Sur, Barangay Parudan Norte, Barangay Sanja, Barangay Coran, and Barangay Six. Congratulations to the awardees, and we have a round of applause. And for the celebrators for the week, happy birthday to Police Corporal Cristoninho Caroni.
Next birthday. Jojo.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
Again, happy birthday and God be with you always. And for the year's announcement, March 14th and 18th, 2022, warrant of arrest. Warrant of arrest. The warrant of arrest is the written authority of the arresting officer when meeting an alert or taking the person into custody in order that he be found and answer the commission of the offense. The head of office to whom the warrant of arrest has been delivered for implementation shall cause the warrant to be implemented within 10 days from the receipt. Within 10 days, after expiration of such period, the police officer to whom it was assigned for implementation shall make a report to the judge who issued the warrant in case of his failure to implement the same shall state the reason thereof. Reference PNP-COP. At this juncture, may we request Police Lieutenant Floyd Obakay, Intel Operation Officer, to introduce our guest of honor and speaker.
To our distinguished guest of honor speaker, whom I will be introducing later on. To our dynamic and ever-supportive Ama ng Cagayan Cup, our provincial director, Prince Renel Ruga Sabaldi Casur. To our active deputy provincial director for administration, Prince Lieutenant Colonel Santos D. Baldobi Casur. To our equally brilliant deputy provincial director for operations, Police Lieutenant Colonel Harold C. Tagador, sir. Staff officers, other PCOs, PNCOs, NUP, all ED students, other visitors, good morning. A true picture of an empowered woman is best described by her accomplishments and how these accomplishments affect and improve the lives of others. Ladies and gentlemen, the person I am about to introduce truly fits a picture of an empowered woman. She is the first female president of the University of Cagayan Valley and the chairperson of the UCB Board of Directors. On her barely 6 months as the university president, she was able to hurdle the biggest challenge of her academic leadership, the COVID-19 pandemic. With her immediate and effective responses and actions to the pandemic, as such, a quick transition from traditional face-to-face education to online learning management system. Thus, she was able to maintain the trust and love of UCB stakeholders, and even much more for UCB registered the highest enrollment of 12,515 students for the first semester and 12,088 for the second semester of the present school year since its founding in 1948. She had a flourishing career in the U.S. as a reputed physician scientist in the field of oncology, immunotherapy, drug development research for the treatment of multiple cancer indications, spanning more than 20 years when she decided to come back home to continue the legacy of higher education her father, Dr. V. Perez nurtured, and her grandparents, Dr. Matias Ponce Perez Sr. and Doña Caridad Ventura Perez, established in 1948. Our guest of honor has earned the degree Bachelor of Science in Zoology at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, where she juggled her academic life and extracurricular activities, where she was the chairman of the University Student Council, active in multiple student organizations, and was awarded as Most Outstanding Undergraduate Thesis Researcher of the Year. She obtained medical degree from Our Lady of Fatima University, where she was one of the few students selected to have junior internship training in Brooklyn, New York. She has been awarded twice, years 2016 and 2017, as distinguished alumna because of her contributions in cancer research. She obtained a master's degree in forensic medicine at the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, Philadelphia, USA, and earned a second doctorate degree. Doctor of Philosophy major in education major in organizational leadership from North Central University, Arizona, USA. Her dissertation, The Effect of the Filipino Culture on Transformational Leadership and Innovation Propensity in Higher Educational Institutions, is a pioneer in this field of research. A recipient of various awards internationally and in the Philippines, the latest of which is the Dangal ng Lahing Cagayano Gintong Medalya in Medicine in celebration of the annual Agdaw ng Cagayan 2021. Our guest of honor has been included in marquee Who's Who in America because of her clinical research and endeavors and accomplishments. She has also co-authored a number of significant oncology researches and articles published in prominent international medical journals. A known achiever for exemplary leadership and outstanding work, and a consistent honor student throughout her academic life. She was also presented with multiple awards, such as Gabriela Silang Award, Shining Performance Award, and Academic Excellence, among others. She was the most outstanding alumna of the University of Cagayan Valley in 2005. She is at present a member of the National Research Council of the Philippines, Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities, Philippine Association of Maritime Industry, and National Private Schools Athletic Association National Games 2019. Internationally, she is a member of American Association of Cancer Research, American Society of Clinical Oncology, European Society of Medical Oncology, and American College of Surgeons Oncology Group. Known as a prolific speaker, she has always been invited as a resource speaker in various activities, such as the 2021 Chief Girl Scout Medal Presentation Ceremony, the Commission on Higher Education 27th Founding Anniversary, Together City International Women's Day Celebration in 2021, and a keynote speaker of the oath-taking ceremony of the Criminologists Association of the Philippines. 8th City Council of the Gegaraw and the Philippine Regulatory Commission. From 1997 to 2019, he traveled around the world, in USA, Spain, Turkey, Switzerland, France, Israel, Japan, Costa Rica, Egypt, Italy, Australia, Britain, Germany, to name a few. As a lecturer, he worked in various medical conventions and professional meetings on oncology, immunotherapy, drug development. He has also been commencement and a keynote speaker in many occasions. Our guest of honor is the daughter of a well-known and well-loved veteran politician educator, the late Honorable Dr. Victor Totoy D. Perez. Please join me in welcoming the person who represents the true embodiment of a modern, empowered, and compassionate woman. A physician research scientist, a forensic medical scientist, an educator, president and chairman of the board of University of Cagayan Valley, known as the School for the Masses. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome no other than our doctor, Dr. Esther Susan Perez Mari.
Those who are standing and have seats, you may take a seat, please. And those who are standing may remain standing. Mabalo ka na paputo na pangalipawa. Di ba? Iba na yun. Thank you for the kind introduction, Police Lieutenant Lloyd Abacay. I am humbled beyond words. To the Provincial Director, Police Colonel Daniel Sabaldica, sir. Deputy Provincial Director for Administration, Police Lieutenant Colonel Santos Valdoviso, sir. Deputy Provincial Director for Operations, Police Lieutenant Colonel Harun Pagador, sir. Master of Ceremonies, Police Corporal May Jacob Sabatut, PNP Provincial Staff, ladies and gentlemen of the Philippine National Police Provincial Office. Nakasta nga umali ka mo. It is my honor, ladies and gentlemen, to be standing in front of all of you and delivering an inspirational message. I think it should be me getting inspiration from you. For who would not be when you all have my respect and appreciation for what you have been doing for the country and the province of Cagayan in particular to preserve and maintain peace, safety, and security, more so during a time of a pandemic. I know for a fact that a number of you are graduates of the University of Cagayan Valley. By the show of hands, ilan po sa atin ang graduate ng UCV dito? Pakitaas po ang kamay. Marami rin din po. I am doubly elated because you may have become what you are today as attributed to what UCV has inculcated in you. You represent the university as I also represent the university this morning with a message to inspire you that what best awaits you or those who work and persevere regardless of gender. Hence, as we women celebrate the Women's Month, we also celebrate it with the whole humanity around the world. May the nuggets of experience I will leave you leave an indelible impression that gender equality and women empowerment is real and is happening right now all over the world. As mentioned in the introduction, I am the president of the University of Cagayan Valley, which I have held since September 5, 2019. I succeeded my father, the late Honorable Dr. Victor Popoy Perez, who I know you are most likely familiar with, as he was the president of the University of Cagayan Valley for 40 years. That is from 1979 to 2019. In effect, women empowerment was strengthened at UCV when the board of directors elected me as president. But come to think about it, and looking back in history, I remembered looking at a picture of my grandmother in the wall of my father's house. And it stated that my grandmother, Doña Caridad Ventura Perez, was the first female councilor of the Tuguegarao City Council in 1952 to 1955. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that women empowerment was already in existence decades ago. In fact, the International Women's Month dates back in 1909, when 15,000 female migrant workers protested their working conditions in the garment district of New York City. So as you can see, from 1909 to present time, women leaders continue to face challenges. As you can imagine, it was a challenge for me to take on the position of president, considering the feats of my father and considering too that I am the first female president of the University of Cagayan Valley. It is either I could be less or be comparable to my father, who was a brilliant man. But I still took on the enormous challenge because I want to serve and continue the legacy of my father in helping students realize their dreams. At UCV, we believe in building lives and making dreams come true. Barely first year of my presidency at the University of Cagayan Valley, when I was still adjusting to my new environment. I came from the United States for more than 20 years. And then I come to the Philippines, and within a few months, boom! Pandemic na po. Medyo na-culture shock ako. Pero sabi ko, kaya natin to. Tulad ng kinaya nyo, kaya natin ito. So it was a bit of a shock because the educational landscape suddenly changed. It had a paradigm shift from traditional face-to-face education to online education. However, even before the outbreak of COVID-19 threat, I had already created a UCV COVID-19 task force and public health guidelines, even in advance of the IATF implementation. We have also immediately transitioned from traditional face-to-face education to online education by setting up our learning management system and online enrollment, which was even featured at the Manila Bulletin and other national dailies because we acted so swiftly and implementation was proactive. Through the COVID-19 task force, all employees from top to bottom and bottom to top were moved into action, a strategy which strengthened their engagement and sense of ownership. Further, the parent-student concierge, as a customer service arm of the students and parents, addressed the avalanche of concerns during the rapid change brought about by the pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the COVID-19, parang hindi pa sapat yung COVID, binaha pa tayo. And the UCB campus was submerged under 18 feet of water. And the damage was so extensive and we are still recovering from it. Yet, we still managed to hold relief operations. Nagpakain po kami ng 33,850 na katao all over the province. And distributed 25 tons of relief goods. Sabi ko nga noon, totoo na baha tayo, pero may kapasidad pa rin naman tayong tumulong. So inuna namin yung mga empleyado na nasa bubong na. Pagkatapos noon, tinulungan namin lahat ng empleyado. Pero sa dami-dami nang nag-donate, sabi ko, kaya natin pakainin ng probinsya. So lumawak ng lumawak hanggang sa umabot ng 33,000 po ang napakain. Yun po. So indeed, that was quite an experience. COVID na, baha pa. Pero meron po ako isang hindi malilimutan. Nung umaakyat na po ang tubig sa second floor ng bahay namin, hindi ko malaman kung kanino hihingi ng tulong. Ang tumulong po sa amin ang Philippine National Police. So isa pong malaking pasasalamat. Kayo po talaga ang aming unsung heroes. Maraming salamat po sa inyong tulong ng baha. Ladies and gentlemen, during these critical times, I have reminded everyone to continue with the philosophy of the university. Every man, irrespective of creed and economic status, has the inherent right and access to quality education. Hence, UCB conducted a study on internet connectivity. Di po ba ang hina-hina ng internet? Bigla tayong nag-shift sa online education, napakahirap. So ang ginawa po ng UCB, nakipag-meeting po kami sa Commission on Higher Education, sa Mayor's Office ng Tugigaraw, sa Governor's Office ng Cagayan, para dagdagan po ang Wi-Fi access ng iba't ibang barangay at sa different areas ng Cagayan. At yun po ay natupad. Hindi pa perfect, pero we're on the way at dumami na ang ating Wi-Fi access para po sa kabataan. Noon pong dumating ang COVID, we also had a lot of students stranded. Yung mga nag-OJT sa Japan, sa Cebu, sa Vietnam, sa Singapore. Stranded po sila. At humingi po sila ng tulong sa amin. Eh, ako syempre nabahala kasi makukulong yung mga bata sa iba-ibang lugar, malayo sa kanilang mga pamilya. So pinagkumpul-kumpul po namin ang mga possible resources at napauwi po namin sila ng safe. At marami rin pong natulong ang PNC noong panahon na yun. So marami pong salamat ulit. I also would like to announce, relevant po sa mga pulis. UCB now offers a PhD in Criminal Justice. At bukod pa doon, advocacy po ng aking kapatid na si late Honorable Herbert Perez. Advocacy niya na magkaroon ng abbreviated program in Masters in Criminology para po sa PNP. Shortened program po yan. Instead of 18 months, 15 months lang po. So I am also excited to announce that we have the highest enrollment since 1948. Ito po ang pinakamataas despite the pandemic. At namamangha po ako, takang-taka ako kung bakit, kung kailan may pandemya, tumaas ng gusto yung enrollment. Samantala, 800 schools po ang nagsara sa buong Pilipinas. Nag-iisip talaga ako kung bakit. Isang rason, syempre, sa UCB, nag-decide kami, no tuition fee increase. Naghihirap na nga mga tao, magtataas ka pa. Yung ibang eskwela kasi nagtuloy ng pagtaas. Kami, kahit sinabi ng CHED, okay na, kasi before the pandemic, nag-apply kami, at pumayag na rin ang mga estudyante at mga magulang. Nag-meeting kami. Sabi namin, ano tayo, magtataas at this time? Mukhang hindi yata tama. So, hindi namin tinaas. So, yung mga estudyante ng ibang eskwelahan, nagdagsaan sa amin. So, isang puntos na yon. Bukod doon, napakabilis namin nag-shift from face-to-face to online. At nagtayo po ako ng tinatawag na parent-student concierge. Yung po yung parang concierge sa hotel, na pag may dumating na bisita, may nag-aasikaso. So, ganun ang ginawa namin sa UCB at napangangalagaan ng gusto ang students, keeping in mind na mga estudyante kasi customer. At malapit na po matapos ang aking speech. Alam ko, napakainit na po. So, in conclusion, as a leader, I have thought, I have planned, I have moved, not because I am a woman, but because I am a humane leader who have to act for the sake of my constituents. I keep in my heart the philosophy of the University of Cagayan Valley. Every man, irrespective of creed and economic status, has the inherent right
and access to quality education. Finally, at UCV, 55% of leaders in upper management are women. Per the PNP profile, approximately 18% are women, but your numbers are growing. All this and more are affirmations that indeed women in leadership can achieve an equal future in a pandemic and post-pandemic world. Thank you, mabalo, happy Women's Day to all. May God bless us all. A snappy salute to the men and women of the Philippine National Police.
Thank you, ma'am, for that very inspirational message. Rest assured that Cagayan will enforce the law for the protection of the community. And to award the certificate of appreciation and token to our guest of honor and speaker, we will request our Provincial Director, Police Colonel Renel Artebardica, it to be assisted by the command group. Citation book. Republic of the Philippines National Police Commission, Philippine National Police, Police Regional Office 2, Cagayan Police Provincial Office comes here to Ecuador to Bigaro City. Certificate of appreciation is presented to Esther Susan and Perez Marie, Master of Science, Forensic Medical Science, Medical Doctor, Doctor of Philosophy, University President, University of Cagayan Valley, in recognition of her services rendered as guest of honor and speaker during the Monday flag raising and awarding ceremony held at the Cagayan Police Provincial Office on March 14, 2022. Her time and wisdom shared inspired the personnel of this office and contribute to their overall well-being. Given this 14th day of March 2022 at Camp 8, Ecuador, Bigaro City, signed Colonel Artebardica, Police Colonel, Police Director. Token by first be given to our guest of honor and speaker. Please, binigyan ng round of applause, please.
Aba, ang bilis. Paano nyo ginawa ito? Ang bilis, oh. Meron na agad.
PNP kasi.
Ang galing. Impressive. Wow, thank you.
Hindi nyo nakuhanan yung nagsaludo, no? Kasi nasa lulo pa.
Meron, sir.
Meron?
Meron ba? Meron? Ah, meron.
Last?
Wala, sir.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Napakarami. Marami kong salamat. Thank you.
At this juncture,
Panay po
we
tayo.
sing the PNCCM and Cagayan Team. personnel, I am Ihak Mundo. Thank you and God bless us. I will start the audience to the command for this opportunity.